Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fish Tank. It's tournament time again. It's the Fishbowl Brawl 1v1 semi-final. It's going to be Dark Crow against DSOO. In the other semi-final, we've got Ficus against Silco. And of course, the winner of these two matches will go through to the grand final. I, of course, have these tournaments every month. They're my play over time events. So if you want to get involved in the 1v1 or 2v2 event, make sure you look out for the notifications in the Discord, in my Discord, on my YouTube, on my stream, wherever. It's always going to be there. Check out the news in the game as well. They're open to everyone of every ability. Right, so let's dive in and see what we're going to see today. So, reminder, Dark Crow against DSOO. Dark Crow did win the last event. So he's the reigning champion. DSOO, I don't think, participated. So Dark Crow, we definitely know he's a very, very strong player. DSOO as well, but DSOO doesn't play quite as much as he used to before. So I think Dark Crow probably has the edge if we had to pick a winner here. But of course, what we think is going to happen doesn't always happen. Now, bans. Players, as always, have ban powers. They can ban a master and 3 cards against their opponent that prevents their opponent from playing any of those. And of course, their opponent has the ban power back towards them. So we can see Dark Crow has banned Morelia, Cage Prowler, Sunburn, and Chain Lightning, not Lightning Bolts. So fairly normal bans. The Sunburn may be slightly out of left field. Not a bad ban, not a particularly meta ban, but probably a specific ban against DSOO. And DSOO has banned Wrecked, Rapid Response Reserves, Bounceberry Flingers, and Zeppelin Bomber. So very meta bans from DSOO. So it's very interesting. So this means that DSOO can play Rapid Response Reserves, can play the Bounceberry Flingers that are very, very strong in the meta. So maybe Dark Crow is allowing him to play these, expecting him to play these, and then has some kind of strat to counter against them. Right, best of 5 today, Conquest rules. So once you've won with a master, you can no longer play that master. So let's jump into the first game and see what's going on. Right, here we go, game 1. Morelia against Fiona.
I know the darkness that is coming.
Okay. Right, we're good. What do we have? Dark Crow. We see the Cage Prowler. He banned it, but of course he can play it himself. Has the Ion Grenade there, so you know there's going to be some Outlander tech in here. Rapid Response Reserves immediately from DSOO, but there you see the Ion Grenade shuts it down straight away. Right, Deadshot thinking what to do here. Right, that Assassin gets a massive hit. Remember, it is enraged. Oh, he's gone all out with that Chain Lightning. Prowler's gonna die. That Enraged Assassin was from the Brothers of the Void. Not a card we see too often, but very strong. Next time, of course, it will be the Flame Imp. The Boomer not really doing anything there. He would have preferred that to survive and take the bridge. So XP leveled up. Nice Taunt Trap there, just to hold everything off the bridges. Deadshot playing the XP game, and then in comes the Rocket Strat to clear everything. Right, Rapid Response Reserves. This time, it is going to be the Siege Breaker. Right, the Siege Breaker's not really going to get much done there. Nice Impetus... Ion Grenade. Getting some good hits off, clearing that Flame Imp, which could be very difficult to deal with. That Spirit, though, on the Shield Guard could be very difficult for DSOO to deal with. Not an amazing amount of DPS available at the moment. He wants that trap to get on. Okay, Morgul's Mark giving a bunch of Swarmers. Ruffles is in there. Deadshot allows Ruffles to survive. And you can see every time that Impetus Blast just ready to clear. It's going to... I keep saying Impetus Blast. The Iron Grenade. It's going to clear the Marines. It's going to clear the drone buzzers. So most of the rapid response reserves, we did say it was interesting that he didn't ban it. But you can see he's got a reason for dealing with it. Oh my god. These spirits are going to be quite disgusting. I'm going to sneeze. Iron Grenade not quite ready yet. Those drone buzzers are not really going to do much. That's a lot of swarmers. But they'll get just destroyed by the shield guard with its shield of light. XP about the same though, so Darkrow's had some fairly terrifying looking pushes, but hasn't achieved too much with them. Shield guard's just going to go down to the trap there. That's kind of annoying. Doesn't really want this boomer to explode. He's going to take this hit on the face with the cleaver. Doesn't want to take another one. Okay, all of the swarmers were cleared there, so the Prowler's going to be on the Siegebreaker. Siegebreaker hits hard, but real slow. Slight XP lead for Darkrow. Remember, as Morelia, he's going to have that perk 3 dragon. Oh, that shield guard. I just felt the pain. It's slowly pushing into that Taunt Trap, slowed by the Bearvalanche. Still alive, though, courtesy of that spirit. Often you see these players trying to get the spirit on Nirveer, but that may be difficult to do at this point. He's going to go for it. Okay, spirit lands on the Marine. The second one lands on the Nirveer. That's going to be huge. What does Deadshot do to deal with this? Like, he needs to handle multiple targets right now. Right, Cleaver goes down. But he's taking face damage already. Where's the next? He needs a curse or something, which of course he doesn't have. This looks like Darkrow's going to take this first game, and fairly expected way of Morelia winning with their perk 3 push. Okay, Darkrow takes the first game of this semi-final. He's 1-0 up. Right, game 2. Can DSOO fight back? Or can Darkrow take a 2-0 lead? Let's find out. Apep against Diona. Korgoth. Darkrow playing Korgoth. Right, immediately reveals it. He gets lucky. Korgoth in his opening hand. Gets to use that immediately. Start getting... Remember, you've got to use that seal twice. And then on the third time it becomes Korgoth himself. Okay, Rammer just sidestepping the bear trap there. Okay, DSOO knew something like that was coming, but it's going to be a huge combustion. Clears everything. Going to leave the bridges red for a little bit, though. Doesn't have a good bridge grab for a while. Sometimes your bridge grabs get invoked by Korgoth into something that can't take bridges, and that can make it a little bit awkward. So Darkrow bleeding XP at the moment. Reboomer goes down. Bridge is still red. It's going to be a big XP lead for Darkrow for DSOO for a little bit here. Trap supporting the Scotty. Perk 2 already for DSOO. Almost double XP at the moment. Right, so Darkrow does have Korgoth activated though. Can that change things? How does DSOO deal with it? Remember, he does have the traps, does have some DPS. Reboomer's going to be kind of annoying. Or the Black Hole, though. Black Hole denies the flyby. Cleaver getting some good hits off. Another Cleaver hit will be nice. Okay, this Cleaver doing great work. Reboomer's not going to pop for a little bit. Cleaver's going to go down now. Remember, every time he gets a kill, does Korgoth with his attack, maximum 1 per attack, he will invoke something. Oh, Scotty's going to have a bad time against that. Scotty goes down, and this is potentially the start of a comeback from Darkrai. Oof, the Reboomer is so annoying there. Korgoth with 1 HP, still being a pain. DSOO burning some mana here, wants to take this fight on his terms. Once you get a Cleaver on your side of the field, it's kind of so much easier to deal with, but playing into it can be kind of terrifying. Okay, kills the Reboomer. That's a huge thing. Because that Reboomer is really difficult for him to deal with. So 3 now for DSOO. Can Darkrai come back, or is the XP lead too big? Nice spin. Good. Oh, sounded like the Cleaver got the attack off, but it didn't. I don't think it did anyway. It's very close if it did. Or the Cleaver really murdering Korgoth at the top there. Still lives though, and a 1 HP Korgoth can be a little bit terrifying. Ruffles does get the mana there. Spinning the Korgoth round. No DPS to clear it though. This is looking a little bit scary for DSOO. A lot of damage coming out. Korgoth's going to get... Oh, Scotty stops the Korgoth attack just in time. That Whelp is going to hunt down. Right, Mardred. That means Korgoth has been invoked into a Mardred. Kind of weird mechanic there. Probably shouldn't really happen, but it does. Now the question is Mardred easier for DSOO to deal with than the Korgoth? Probably. With the taunts and the Cleaver. Another trap there. Okay, nicely done from DSOO. DSOO just hanging on now. Needs to get some Mana Frenzy. That's his win condition. Mardred's still alive though. Okay. Reboomer pops at the end there. But here comes Korgoth. Deadshot hanging on. Can he get to Mana Frenzy? Got a huge XP lead at the start. He's taking a bit of damage every attack, really, so he's slowly running out of time. But that's huge DPS coming out at the bottom there on those Ravenous Swarmers. This is close. Could be getting a Ruffles heal here as well. He's committing, trying to keep that Ruffles alive if he can. Ruffles is healing. He's got to be careful, though. That Bear Trap's going to be perfect at the top there. Picks up the enraged Assassin, and it does nothing. If that enraged Assassin had snuck through to face, that could have changed things hugely. But Mana Frenzy for DSOO now. Just needs to try to push into this. These Taunt Traps spinning Korgoth around are going to be huge. He doesn't know what to attack there. We've got the Taunting Scotty and the Taunting Trap. I think that Taunt Trap's going to go down just too early there. But Korgoth is just going to get swarmed here. Wheel of Doom comes in. Oh, he blocks his own Wheel of Doom with his wall there. That was kind of a weird play. And this looks like Deadshot. DSOO is going to bring us back at 2 games all. Ruffles going for another heal at the bottom there. But I think there's no way that Darkrai can hold on to this. Like, he's going to be forced to defend really deep. These traps are going to be such a nightmare. And all the time, Deadshot's going to have these bridges red. Gax comes in, but DSOO is not close enough. We've definitely seen some of these matches with a random Gax be the determining random pull. Okay, the Ghost is going to get... It's going to get stunned. It's going to get delayed. It's going to get... No, it's not. It nearly got denied. Scotty, of course, is going to be cursed and not going to last for very long. Darkrai needs to be very careful. Can't really play those Blood Imps at this point of the game at all. The power of the Cleaver really keeping Deadshot in this. This is going to go the distance. Both players have been in Mana Frenzy for a little while now. Ruffles again going for the heal here. Ruffles is going to get the heal. Again, those heals could be crucial. But Darkrai getting a bit of a push. That Corcus at the top with no damage on it. This could be very difficult now for Deadshot to deal with. Right. Diona is aggroed on the Flame Imp. That's kind of lucky. Needs to deal with that. Will comes in. Could have been blocked. Decides not to. Remember, you can block it with the Wheel of Doom. He's going for face, though. Traps on face. Remember, traps only do half damage to face compared to what they used to. Darkrai down to 83 HP. This is so close. Deadshot down to 135 HP. Oh, Darkrai takes it with 83 HP left. Darkrai goes 2 games to 0 up. Right, Darkrai 2 up. DSOO needs to take this game to force it to continue. Incredible game 2. What are we going to have here on game 3? So Valorian against Apep. So again, DSOO playing the rapid response reserves, but again we've got counters to it from Darkrai. He's allowed it by not banning it, but then he has the Daggerfall. He's got the Poison Strike in there as well. So remember, in the second semi-final, the other semi-final, we've got Silco against Ficus. So the winner of both of those matches, or both of these matches, that match and this match, will meet in the grand final. Right, there we see the rapid response reserves. First off, it is the Siege Breaker. Putting a lot of pressure on it. Will kill the monkey, but there's not much left of the Siege Breaker. Will be breaking very few sieges. Okay, it might kill these two at the top. Okay, see, the thing with the Siege Breaker is it does do AoE, area of attack, but only very small AoE. So that's why it didn't kill both of those guys at the top there, unfortunately. They were just a little bit too spread out. They basically got us standing on each other's toes. Right, ATG drone. Valorian's perk 1. Searing Light, though, is going to almost destroy that. It's going to get removed by the Jing. And not only does Darkrai have the counters for the rapid response reserves, he's also getting them reduced in cost as well, of course, with the rapid response reserves, reducing the cost of his hand at the time it is played. So you can see he's got a 2 mana Poison Strike just waiting to go. Okay, so that Poison Strike had 4 Slither Bounds attached to it. It consumed 2 of them to do the extra damage, and then the remaining 2 spawned and did get some value. Basically killing... Not sure if they got onto that Curse Bearer there or not, but it definitely was fully poisoned. So good XP lead at the moment for DSOO. All the heal just keeping that Spear Thrower alive. Not for long, though. Right, this is some decent face damage coming out. DSOO is looking towards perk 3. We know how strong Apep can be perk 3 with those 3 4 mana cards. ATG drone just surviving. And there we go, perk 3 for DSOO. His first free card It's a Tranquil She-Howl from that perk 3. Also got a free Boomer as well. That's so much value. Big Poison needs to push into that Tranquil She-Howl because, of course, it will heal if it's not in active combat. Right, Deadshot using the Arcane Barrage, which is going to get stronger every time he uses it. Shock Rock there just to slow down the Master's removal of this push. And Deadshot's looking to force a game 4 here. Lots of discounts in Darkrow's hand. It seems that Darkrow just can't clear the sort of swarm pushes, which is just allowing DSOO to get this XP lead. It's 115 to 163 XP. That's a huge XP lead. Can Darkrow hitting perk 3 change much? His heals will be better, his removal will be stronger. But will that change too much? Deadshot knows if he gets to perk 3, if he gets to Mana Frenzy, it's just going to be game over with this sort of a lead. Deadshot's got a lot of HP as well. He is, of course, playing APEP, so he does have that shield when things get scary. Right, here comes the removal. Deadshot plays the units to try to tank the hits, and they do tank the hits. The ATG drone survives. Jing's going to come in here, stun everything. Big poison strike. So he clears that, but the problem is Darkrow's clearing deep, and DSOO's just got a huge XP lead. 12 XP away from Mana Frenzy now. This looks like DSOO's going to force game 4 for sure. Musketeer jumps back onto the bridge, but it's only neutralized. Musketeer trading pretty well at the bottom there, but not well enough. Mana Frenzy's about to tick over to DSOO. Both bridges are red at the moment. And Darkrow's very low HP as well. Can't tank too much on his face. This is really interesting to see, as we said multiple times. Darkrow allowing rapid response reserves to be played, but teching against it and doing a good job. Right, we're going to go into a game 4 here. There's no way Darkrow holds on. Deadshot done a great job with the XP. Winning at Mana Frenzy. Right, 2 games to 1. Right, Deadshot needs to win this to force a decider. If Darkrow takes it, he'll be in the grand final against either Ficus or Silco. Right, looks like DSOO's playing the same deck from the last game, but playing with Diona this time instead of APEP. It just gets the Scrats out before the tunnel succumbs. So Diona against Diona. Darkrow playing Dynasty Diona, which is of course available to only tournament winners. It's probably the rarest skin in the game at the moment. Right, putting the pressure on here with the ramp with the Morgul's Mark. Skritillery comes in. Nice trap as well. This is going to be a little bit of face damage. The trap not doing a great job against the ATG drone, of course, because it will attack everything in the area. But an XP lead to start with for Darkrow. He'll be happy with that, but DSOO's going to be catching up a little bit here. Okay, nice trap. Or actually not a nice trap. It was too close to the ATG drone. A little bit of a misplay there from DSOO. Look, the idea of the trap was nice. The execution was just not quite correct. Right, scary looking scrap push at the moment. Reckonated is in there. Chisma's going to have the Scrat Swarm, but probably going to die to the explosion. I'm not sure who that did more damage to. But XP still in Darkrow's favour. So DC knows what Darkrow's strat is. He's going to keep trying to do these big pushes Rekinator frontline, supported by the Chisma and the Zip and whatever else he has. He's going to try and wear DSOO down. Okay, DSOO fighting back. Chisma not really hitting much of what he wants to. Right, big push here from DSOO. Some good damage coming out. Ruffles going for a heal. Rekinator pushing at the top. Going to go in the bear trap. Doesn't have any support. And when it doesn't have support, it's far easier to deal with, as you'll see here. It might still explode, though. It still explodes. And that was the Jolo coming in and tanking the hits from the ATG drone, allowing the explosion. I think Ruffles died in there as well. That was a little bit frustrating. Okay, using the trap there as kind of almost a taunt trap. But the ATG drone gets absolutely destroyed by the Zip Zappinator. It's kind of tricky for him to push into. Shockrock clears the scrats at the bottom there just to deny the bridge. Chisma's going to clear the bottom. ATG drone's not going to have a good time against these scrats. These prop scrats in the air. Needs some support. Doesn't have any. Rekinator push on the opposite lane. This is difficult for DSOO to deal with. Perk 3 hitting for Dark Crow. Slightly ahead. Taunt Trap against Taunt Trap. This is a lot of damage. That Rekinator's still basically full HP. Zip's still going. How does DSOO hold on? I don't think he does. Dark Crow's going to take this. Dark Crow is into the grand final, beating DSOO by 3 games to 1. GG. Right. Dark Crow's into the grand final where he'll play either Silco, Aget, or Ficus. So very well played to those. Deadshot looked like he had a good aggressive push going on there. But it kind of fizzled out, and then the counter push was just way too strong by Dark Crow. So very well played to those guys. Remember, if you're enjoying the content here in the Fish Tank, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the tournament action, the updates. We've got all sorts of Minion Masters news. 2.0, of course, is coming soon. We've got a patch, which is going to be the last 1.x patch next week, I think. And, of course, we've got loads of new tournaments for the new patch as well, the new season. So make sure you follow along. And it'd be great to see all of you there in the next tournaments. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm bad as a fish, and as always, I'm awkwardly waving.